Hello one and all, this is Luckless Lovelocks, back with Danganronpa. The final trial continues. Gotta figure out what happened to Mukuro. I'm assuming it is Mukuro.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Okay, good.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Love this music.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Oh, Toko, with the burn.
Then she was being
He's
stored
here,
somewhere?
just like, whatever.
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. Can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. Obviously the pool.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Did no one else like go into these rooms aside from me? Oh,
That's
she was
right.
in there.
It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body.
But she passed
and it'd
out, so
keep
she
the
probably
body
doesn't remember.
preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. It's the trap!
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Really? Are we nitpicky? I don't really feel like we are.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
I swear to God, one of the designers in this game has some kind of obsession with tarps. Like, three? If you count this trial, 3 of the trials involve tarps, right?
Then they simply left it as it was to
That's like half
protect
of them.
against the sprinklers and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess.
Is it now?
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the Mastermind?
Let's do it!
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
That's probably what I would do. I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Ah!
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Oh. What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
He's doing it, isn't he?
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
I mean, what can we do now?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Well, I'm upset. Well, I am upset. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. Oh shit, we're doing this. Okay.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What?
Roar!
Are you sure about
I'm
this?
kicking his ass!
Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Oh no!
What do you want?
Turn tempo up!
Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this?
It's close.
Are you sure about this?
Oh! It's close! Ooh, yes!
I'm not listening!
Yes! Oh! Wait, biolab secret, hidden room, group photo, biolab lights, biolab lights! No! I thought it was only one bullet. Shit! Oh, okay, I got this. Yeah. Yes! Give it another shot.
I refuse to give up!
Fuck! I didn't know I had to change bullets. Okay, I got it now. That down tempo, the negative thing, I don't have the timing out for that at all.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Usually he has way more health than me also. He has Monokuma.
Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Proof, proof, proof! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this?
Oh, okay.
Are you sure about
Oh, I can just
this?
shoot any time.
Proof, proof! Are you sure about this?
Just about.
Are you sure about this?
Okay.
I'm not
biolab lights.
listening.
Now you're listening, motherfucker.
This should prove it.
That was better.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
Must be one light short.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
Gotcha.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in.
I thought
And there were only 9.
Yeah, I thought there was only supposed to be 9. Maybe I just miscounted.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights should be 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. That's the key to solving this mystery. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9, yeah. Okay, I miscounted. It must have been because of the 2 deaths. Okay.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately
I think what I
suspicious.
did was I counted how many people were still alive and then didn't consider that Mukuro isn't actually chilling with us anymore. Never has been,
According to the
for that
lights
matter.
in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The Mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be Junko.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? There weren't actually 10 murders, but 9. That's why there are 9 bodies. It's patently untrue. Counting Monokuma's decisions, there have indeed been 10 murders. We can all agree on that. Actually, you're completely right. Oh, shit. Fuck. So... Same person was killed twice?
I got it! What about if the same person
I thought
was
maybe he
killed
faked one
twice?
murder. Junko's, that is. Okay, so Junko,
Twice?
now we're on the kind of thread that Junko was killed twice.
Officially, 10 murders have been
I
committed
think.
so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Not so much murdered again, but the body was used to stage a murder.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
This
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Yeah,
Nothing's
got it
gonna
now.
become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Is she? Who is she? Usually when it's 3 bullets, I have to suck one in.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was billed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Okay,
Junko Enoshima?
good go.
Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada?
Okay.
Kiyotaka Ikifumi? Celestia Lu? Or maybe
Lua.
Sakura? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Yeah. Okay.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro? Was it?
Oh, I have to use it on the last one.
Leon
I had an opportunity.
Mando, Kiyotaka, Ishikifumi, Yamada, Celestia, Lu,
Whatever. That's pretty funny.
Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
You're wrong!
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
That's right.
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Can the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those 2 bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9.
But 9.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Is that the case?
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro's alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Lights. Profile. Fatal injury.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is
Oops.
Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I can take that bullet. Okay, I need to look at... Mukuro's still alive. Can I really believe that?
The body we found in the garden.
Okay, hold on a second. I want to look at these again. What are the bullets? We got 5 biolab lights, Mukuro's profile, fatal injury. Okay. Notebook. Secret is a morgue. Lights. Of course, fridge has been installed in the biolab. It seems that the blue light comes on to indicate the slot is occupied. Number of blue lights counting the slot with Mukuro's body inside. A total of 9. Fatal injury. Mukuro's fatal injury would appear to be a collection of wounds covering her body.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I don't know what to use, actually.
The body.
What does the profile say again? Per the headmaster's report, Mukuro did not have a single scar or wound when she came to Havoc Academy. Additional physical features were as follows. Oh, maybe the corpse matches these characteristics. Okay, that must be it. Must be the profile. Yeah.
It wasn't Mukuro.
Yes. Okay, good.
No, that's
Whew.
wrong.
That was close.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
So, Junko was Mukuro. That's what I'm getting now.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her
I don't know.
profile
I'm totally
is
confused now.
consistent with
I have
that
no idea. Like I am in most of these, Charles. God, I have no idea. Like,
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the Mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
someone's made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. It's only one person it could be. It's got to be Junko, I think. It's Monokuma! I
Here's
assume.
my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Why Junko, though? Oh, God, okay. I don't know. I don't know if I like this.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Pretty hard to fake that. I don't know.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. The only thing I can figure is it's Mukuro, and she was disguising herself as Junko, which, I don't know. Wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
I don't feel like this is a failure, though. Like, something's gonna happen.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Right.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, Have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? Checked her, she was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she used some sort of trick? Oh god, I have no idea. Disguise, maybe? I have no idea what this is supposed to be. T R T R O replicated or something like that? Replica? Yeah, it must be replica. Isn't it I? There it is. No? Repla? Can't spell apparently. Replacement. Ah, replaced. There we go. Whew! That was like.
I understand.
Okay, that makes more sense. God.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Usually I know the word, like it's obvious to me right away, so it's easy. But this time around I was like, what?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
So Mukuro, both of them are working together, and Mukuro allowed herself to die?
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Weird.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
It must be fun for you guys to like, especially if you already know what the answer is, and you're like, getting to hear what's going on in my mind and laughing at how like wrong I am most of the time.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but...
Because this game is mainly a mindfuck. Let's be honest.
That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Has to be some way. We need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. At the beginning.
I got it!
Right? That's the only thing that makes
Two
sense
of
to me.
them, they had switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, You're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
We wouldn't have known the difference.
and we never would have known the difference.
Oh, there we go. It's like I wrote this game.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
True, and we've been using that to prove other things.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
Could have been painted, covered some way. I don't know.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
True, too.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
True.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Okay. I'll let it go. I'll talk about it after.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So
Yeah.
Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
All right, Monokuma.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. What is this? Kyoto. Okay. Hidden room present. No. Oh, the group photos. That's what it is. Hold on, what matters now is showing the right evidence. Has to do with what Monokuma tried to keep me from seeing during the investigation. Oh shit, okay. I thought maybe it was because her face is hidden in all the photos. Group photo. Profile? No. There was the control room that he locked us out of, right? Huh. Must be the control room? I don't know. Okay, and...
Shoot!
He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. Each time was during our latest investigation. The file? Oh, God. What? What is it, though? Fuck!
Is this...
Yes.
refuse to give up.
Fuck. I don't... Is it...
The two of them?
What?
Okay, we gotta go. I'm gonna
Yeah,
skip through
that's-
this. The only
wouldn't have
other
had
thing I
this-
could think of
After
is maybe the DVD?
Hold on. This actually.
Oh, right, I remember now.
I had like
When we
It's the
first
DVD, right? Because it ended
So-
before Junko?
and that
wait. Junko.
Alright, skip.
If she did, plus there were. They
That makes sense to me.
were correct. Even if so, but
Wait, so
that
the reach. In other words,
What I think he's a
fear.
then what?
Then I tried to quit.
Okay, here we go. Gonna be DVD.
I got it.
Nice! Yes! Okay,
While
good.
I was in the AV room, watching the DVD
Yeah, 'cause it just ended
of our
abruptly,
interviews
I
with the
remember.
headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like it broke. Out of service! What? Just having a break just now? Now, then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made
See-
sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that,
If it had made specific reference to the fact that it ended before we got to see blah 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 Junko, then it would have been easier to figure that out, or it would make more sense.
is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko,
Because also her face is covered in those photos.
it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
Uh-huh. No, it wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. Mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. See? The order. That's stupid. Okay.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Oh shit. I'm losing my rhythm.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Almost there.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Almost there. Got it. Final strike. Okay, what is it?
That's
Profile.
impossible!
Group photo.
This should prove it.
Boom! See, that's why it threw me for such a loop. I was
The
like,
video wasn't the only
whatever.
thing you
You
tried
guys
to
get it.
cover up. You did
Whew.
the same thing with this group photo.
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
well, you see, one face is hidden in all those photos. Unusual circumstance common to all these pictures.
I got it!
Got it!
Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Oh, I just noticed in the top left there. Sakura is like punching uppercutting a fish. Huge fish.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Xanadu.
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Oh man! We're gonna find out on the next episode. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and I love you all. I don't know why I'm pointing at the monitor. See ya.